Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to my beautiful people this morning. This morning, I want to share a little word that has been sitting in my spirit for a little while. I want to tell you this morning, it is a setup. It is a setup. God has been setting us up for a blessing. He has been setting up for what He has promised us. He has been setting us up for a breakthrough. You know, many times we will choose people and we choose people based on the fact of what they look like and based on the fact and what they may have and the things that they may achieve and the certificates they may acquire. And sometimes that's not the way you choose people, especially a child of God. I will use a little scenario with David for this scenario. David is a man after God's heart. That's what God said, that David is a man after His heart. And if we were to choose David without the knowledge that we have of him and the things that we have seen according to him, it's because we would not have chosen David, because we would have judged him according to what we see. But yet still, God continues to say that David is a man after his own heart. This morning, I want to talk about Ruth. Ruth came from a tribe they call Moabite tribes. The Moabite tribe is a bunch of lawless people. They have no law. They don't serve any law. They are very lawless people. And Ruth was married to one of Naomi's sons. One of Naomi's sons, they were Israelites. And Naomi's husband had died, and so did Ruth's husband had died. And whilst they were leaving to go to another part of the land, and in going there, she told her daughter-in-laws that they need to go back to the tribe that they came from, because she is too old and she cannot have any more sons for them. So she needs to go back to her tribe so they'll be able to acquire a husband and food and stuff like those things. One of her daughter-in-laws, they left and they went. But the daughter-in-law, which is by the name of Ruth, she chose to remain. And Ruth at that time, Naomi at that time, Naomi was very bitter. She was marrow. She was bitter because Naomi had lost her husband and she has lost her two sons. So she was very, very bitter. But at the same time, Ruth was seeing something that is in Naomi that chose her to remain. She said, I am going to remain with Naomi, with my mother-in-law. And she did remain because she saw her faith. Even though she was bitter, there was still faith there. And they continued until they found another land and they settled there. And Naomi told Ruth that she has to go and get jobs to find food, because there's a field across there and they'll be able to sustain some food that will feed them both. Ruth went across to the field and she acquired a job. And in acquiring the job, she got more than what she put herself there for, just a job. She found her Boaz. If Naomi did not give the directive to Ruth, and Ruth did not attain the directive to go to the field or give her attitude or give her all the stuff because of what she felt, Ruth would have never obtained her Boaz. Her Boaz came and she had food that she could have feed herself for the rest of her life. She could have feed her mother-in-law. God has set us up for a blessing. But the blessing and the way how God does things is not the way how we always see things. Because we will look at the better things that is before us and we will turn back. But Ruth did not turn back. Ruth continued to go forward. Ruth continued to trust the God that Naomi served. Hadn't she trusted that God, she would not have been able to attain her Boaz. Remember the scripture of Matthew 21:42 says, the stone that the builder refused will become the head cornerstone. And Ruth became the head cornerstone in this story. She became the head cornerstone that was building a future that her mother-in-law could attain and could have lived a rightful age and then die. Sometimes we have to have genuine love, because sometimes we just operate in such a selfish way. We have to operate with genuine love, because this is who God really is. God is a God of love. Remember, according to Jeremiah 29, that God have the plan, and God puts a plan, that He puts us through that plan in order to obtain the blessing that He has planned for us. So what we have to do is to operate and allow God to do what He has to do in our lives. And when He sent the person to give us the directive, sometimes the directive has come from some people, sometimes, and because of how they look, we judge them and we don't attain the directive that was given. But we're looking for people in this particular department and this particular collaborator. Sometimes God is sending the directive from anybody, because Naomi was a bitter woman. She was a bitter woman because of her loss. Today I want to tell you, be mindful of who you judge, because God can use anybody. He's not a respecter of persons. He can use anybody to give you a directive into where you ought to go. Because in God's plan, we don't know who He will choose, but it's only He knows the plan. And if we put our trust and if we put our confidence in God, we will be able to attain the things that He has acquired for us to receive. Many times we don't receive, and the reason why we don't receive, because we don't take directive, because we're looking at people and we're judging them. Don't judge this morning. Don't judge, because what God does, He set it up. He set you up. He said, I know the plans. You don't know the plans, so you have to trust God. Trust God in everything that you do. Make sure you keep Him in all your plans. Make sure you keep Him in all your decisions. In the name of Jesus. God, I leave this word with you. I leave this word with you all this morning. I leave this word with you all. Trust God. And always remember, the stone that the builder refused, it will become the headstone. Don't refuse God's people in taking a directive